Okay, so this is your basic three-step problem, right? The first step is that I want you to recognize that at the top you read 0.75 Gs, right? Okay, but we're not going to use what we feel, okay? We're actually going to use what we actually are doing, right? So we need to know what the ride really does. So at the top, you feel 1 G less than what the ride is doing. So if you feel 0.75, the ride is really doing 1.75. So that's step number one, is to realize that the ride is really one more than what you feel at the bottom and one less than what you feel at the, one more than what you feel at the top and one less than what you feel at the bottom. Okay? The next step is very simple. We can't use our formulas with G's. We have to use meters per second squared. So we're going to go 1.75 times 9.8, and we're going to turn that into meters per second squared. So 1.75 times 9.8 is 17.15 meters per second squared, right? So this is convert to meters per second squared, right? And then our final step is we'll use A is V squared over R, and they're telling us what R is, right? There's R, and they want us to find what our velocity is, okay? So we just plug in here 17.15 is V squared divided by 3.8, right? There's our R. We got the meters per second squared from that, right? Now remember, we're just going to cross multiply this, right? So V squared equals, and then these times these equals these times these, right? So 17.15 times 3.8. So that times 3.8 is 65.17, right? And that's V squared, right? So now we got to figure out what V is, right? So oftentimes this is what we have to do, right? Okay, so to figure this out, I guess we square root that, right? So V is the square root of 65.17. So square root the number that's on my calculator, I get 8.07. Now if you notice, these units are meters per second squared times meters. You would get the units of meters squared per second squared. When you square root meters squared per second squared, you get meters per second. So it all works. It's all good.